So this is video number 2. I was thinking about it after I finished and posted the first video, and I decided that I really had to do this one before I chickened out. Just because it's something that's still, it's always going to be with me. So this one's actually about my eating disorder. And say hi to Winchester because he's climbing. Hello. There's Winchester. And I've decided to do it kind of more in a letter form, I guess, sort of. Um, so, honestly, my eating disorder took a lot from me. And I say that in past tense, even though it's something that's never going to be gone. I'm always going to struggle with it. But it did. It took a lot. It did. It took friends and family and my health, obviously. My happiness. It took over my mind. It took over my body. It took years and years from me. Okay? It took experiences I could have had. He's being a bad kitty cat. And it took relationships I could have had from me. He does that. I mean, he's saying hi. But it did. It took over. It took my life, and my life wasn't mine. It was my eating disorders. It kind of was. It controlled me, made me obsessed in ways, and just kind of spiral. Hey, stop that. Like in regards of it taking over my mind, it was I didn't need friends. I just needed it. I just needed my eating disorder because everything besides my eating disorder is gonna make me fat, and it's gonna make me, you know, someone I didn't want to be, or that I thought I didn't want to be, and it made me obsess about rules, and rules were happiness. Not eating breakfast, not eating dinner, only eating so many uh, snacks in a period of time. Having that control made me happy. That's what I needed. It made me isolate myself because friends go out for ice cream. I can't have ice cream. Friends go to the movies and have popcorn. I couldn't have popcorn. So in that sense, it kind of made me even more depressed because I was isolating myself because of my eating disorder. For a long time, I thought my eating disorder was kind of what was saving me, what was helping me and keeping me, but really it was destroying me. It wasn't. I wasn't living in my world. I was living in my eating disorders world, and I wasn't really living. I was barely surviving. I was dying. I would get dizzy, and I would pass out because I wasn't eating enough. I had a low heart rate. I had other issues, since I wasn't getting enough nutrients, like brittle nails and things like hair, brittle hair, because you're not getting what you need. Honestly, it would have killed me. That's what it was doing. That was its goal, to kill me. And it was rough for a really long time. And if you would have asked me in high school if I hated it, or if you'd even asked me in college, when I was a freshman in college, if I hated it, I would have told you yes. Now, no. Um, it taught me things. Um, and now I'm living my life for me, and I'm living in my world, and I have a purpose in now. Um, I've become very passionate about helping others fight the battle that I had to fight, and about informing others so they can become aware of just how bad it is, and that the stigma, like the negative stigma that's kind of attached to eating disorders, doesn't help. Um, so I've become very passionate and vocal about helping people who need help, and being there to listen to them, and being there just to support them while they fight the battle that I did. Um, and I think that makes me, I guess I'm a better person now because of my eating disorder. Um, just because now I am passionate about something, and I'm not, I took the negative and I made it into a positive. So I guess I took back my mind. I, in a way, my mind belongs to me and not my eating disorder. Um, sort of. Like, it kind of works a little differently. I don't obsess over working out because I need to be thin. I work out now because it's good for you. It's healthy to exercise. Um, I don't do as much. Obviously, I'm a lot more stable in how I do things. Um, I'm very, very, very aware, hyper aware, I guess you could say, um, that the most challenging battles you'll face are internal. No one else can see them. Like, they're just inside in your head. Um, I'm also very, very, very aware that like the demons aren't mean people, or I mean, well, they are. I guess you could say that, but like they're like there's demons like inside your head, and those are probably the worst because I mean you can't get away from them. They're stuck with you forever. Um, so yeah, I'm more aware that the even like battles that aren't visible are still important. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're irrelevant or that they don't matter, because they do. Um, my eating disorder taught me a lot of things. Um, Probably the only good thing is how to be a fighter and how to survive and how to come out stronger on like the other end. Um, because you have to fight um, to kind of survive. You have to. You have to decide that you're worth it, and that your life should be yours, not your eating disorders, and that you should live it. And so that's probably the best thing that taught me was that I am a fighter, and I am strong, and I can overcome challenges. Um, a lot of when I talk to people about my eating disorder, they're like, a lot of times they say, "Oh, well, you're better now, right?" And I have to try to explain that, yeah, I'm better, but it's not like it was a cold and I got over it. It's something that it never really leaves. It's always going to be with you, and it's always going to be a struggle. Um, and some days you're going to have those really bad thoughts that, like your eating disorder controlling you, are going to come back to the surface, and you're going to fight them. Um, but it gets they get farther apart. Like, there's more time in between them. Like, as you get like better. So the road to recovery for eating disorders never ends, ever. You're always, until you're 95 and you die, you are on the road to recovery. And there will be relapses. Um, Sometimes they can be really bad and you can go back to square one. I've been there a few times. Sometimes they're bad, but they're not so bad that you have to start all over. You just get stepped back a little bit. Um, my eating disorder will be with me forever. But as I get older and the longer I'm on my road to recovery, it's moving from being forever in my mind to being just forever in my heart. Um, I'll never forget the struggle that I went through with my eating disorder, um, because it did change me. Um, I mean, it took a while for it to actually change me for the better, but eventually it did, um, through the recovery process, which I don't want anyone to have to go through. But if you are suffering from an eating disorder, the recovery process is the best thing that will ever happen. Your eating disorder will change your life. And if you can work and start recovering and stay on the upward slope and not have as many days where you're relapsing as you are recovering, it's good. If that makes any sense. So honestly, I I don't really I don't hate what happened, what I went through anymore. For a while, I was very, very angry, and I did. But it gave me something to be passionate about and to share my story and to help others. Um, so I have to thank my eating disorder. If it was a person, I would thank them now, like at this point in my life. I wouldn't have a couple years ago. I would not have thanked them. I probably would have punched them in the face if my eating disorder was a person. Um, but it's something that I'll never forget, and if you are suffering from one, you'll never forget. But hopefully, if you are suffering from an eating disorder, eventually it'll move from staying in your head to just being in your heart, and that you can become passionate like I am and like so many other people have, to just get to help someone else. Um, so yeah, I guess that's kind of it about for that one. Um, I don't really want to talk about like the too much else about it, because I don't want people, I don't know, eating disorders are really like touchy subject. Um, but thank you for watching this video. This is the second one in two. I think there's one more. I think there'll be one or two more. Um, you can find the links to all my social media around the page somewhere. I'm always willing to chat with you. You can send me a message on Tumblr, or I think my email is somewhere. I think you can check out some of my writing. There's a link to my Deviant art, I think is how you pronounce it, and my Tumblr. So yeah, I hoped this helps someone. If it helped one person, then I'm happy. Okay, bye.